Today we shall be talking about the qualities of an auditor. There are some qualities which are necessarily required for an auditor. Only then he will be a successful auditor. He will be able to perform his duties with full confidence without any hesitation and doubt, and he will be considered a good auditor. These qualities include some personal nature and some on the professional front. First of all, he should have the professional skepticism. Skepticism means to have an attitude which has a questioning mind. He is supposed to cross-check the information which is provided to him by his client. Maybe he come across certain untrue or fake or false details. He should have a questioning mind so that he can investigate into every clue. Before making his final audit report, which is supposed to be a very high quality report, he should investigate all the details. At the same time, he should possess the quality to interact and well behave with his co-auditors and audit assistants if a company has hired more than one auditor. He is supposed to be inquisitive. He has to keep an eye on all the matters of the company. Before coming to a conclusion, he has to consider all the perspectives of the situation. He should go over and above the investigation process, whether the detail which the client has provided him, is it fair and true, or is the client trying to hide some facts from him? He has to question each and every detail about it. The first point I would like to mention that he should have the full knowledge of accounting. He should be well versed with the three branches of accounting: financial accounting, what is management accounting, cost accounting. Supposingly now you, as an example, are going to check the answer sheets of a university. How will you able to assess the answer sheets if you are yourself not very thorough with the syllabus? You have to know each and every detail of the subject. Only then you will be able to check those answer sheets. Similarly, in the case of the auditor, if he himself does not know the principles of accounting, how will he perform his duties as an auditor? He has to be the master of his principle, well versed in financial language. If he is not aware, if he has less knowledge, that implicatly he will commit many mistakes. He will not be able to go for audit if he doesn't have the confidence of the knowledge. If he does not know every detail, he does not know about the bank reconciliation statement, he doesn't know about the principal fundamentals of accounting, he will not be able to do the audit. To have the proper knowledge of cost accounting, only then he will be able to go through the cost audit. Otherwise, the cost accountant of the client, he will manipulate the auditor, he will misguide the auditor, and will take advantage of his less knowledge. He also has to have proper knowledge of auditing and audit case laws. He should be aware of the previous cases, and he should be confident and capable enough to relate the old cases to his present situation. If he is having complete and proper thorough knowledge, only then he will be able to act wisely, only then he will be able to take proper decisions. At the same time, he's supposed to be smart. He's supposed to tactful to gather the information from all the accountants when he is in the premises of the company. He should visit the accounts department and collect all the required necessarily material information. Not only the accountants, but also from the outside parties, third party information. Sometimes it happens that the people hide the proper information from the auditor. They may be providing him with half or semi-cooked information, which is not right. He has to be smart and vigilant enough to gather every information nicely. He should be careful. He should be smart. He should be meticulous. He has to pay proper attention, careful attention to each and every detail. He has to be very vigilant. His work is compared to like the police. He has to comb out the frauds. Supposingly, the real value of the factory may be in 100 crores and the client has just shown it to be 10 crores in the books. So if he is not smart enough, he will not be able to get this mistake out. So he has to be very, very smart and vigilant. He should be capable to collect the oral evidence and the sufficient and appropriate written evidence as well. Before coming to a conclusion, he should have a reasonable basis that evidence is must. Only then he will be able to give the report in a clear, concise, and a definite manner. Next point is that he is supposed to have the legal and commercial knowledge. He has to be aware of the latest developments of all these laws which are mentioned on your screen. Company law, Partnership Act, the Goods Act, mercantile laws, taxation laws, income tax, everything he has to be aware of. There are so many branches. There are so many laws. He has to know them. Now the Companies Act, previously it was 1956, now it is 2013. What are the changes after the update? What has new, new things have come up? He has to be aware and it should be on his tips. How will you judge a company? How will you make the audit report if you don't have this professional knowledge? Now, if you're going through the provident fund details, you have to know what is gratuity. You have to know all the rules, regulations, the professional pronouncement, and he has to at the same time update himself by reading the journals relating to this topic or blogs and the papers. And he has to have the knowledge of financial management, industrial administration, business organizations. Finance is the important aspect through which everything revolves. He has to be a master of this finance. He has to know everything. He has to have a deep knowledge. Now the point is that he has to be honest and independent. He has to be very integrity. He has to show integrity in his behavior. Integrity is the degree to which he is honest. He should not create any information of the client, but he has to gather the information about the client. His stamp will increase the credibility of the existing information. The reliability of the information, only the auditor's stamp justifies it. He has to sign the report only when he thinks, he verifies and cross-checks that everything is true to his knowledge. He is not supposed to sign anything regarding which he has a doubt. He doesn't believe it to be true, please don't sign it. So the quality of auditor is required that he has to be honest, he has to be independent. He has to discharge his duties without the influence of the client. He is not the servant of the company. He is not the employee of the company. He is an independent person. He has been hired to check the financial details of the company. So he is supposed to be unbiased, balanced judgment. He has not to misrepresent any fact under any pressure from anybody. He should not authenticate or sign anything under any pressure. And the auditor should not get influenced by any higher authorities, any middle authorities, or any of his colleagues. No, he has to be an independent mind and independent judgment. Don't be submissive to the client or the staff. He has not to surrender to any pressure. Anything wrong he finds out written in the book, he has to make it open and to the knowledge of the client. The client may ask him to forego any fraud committed, just to be blind to all the frauds, but he should not be blind. He has to show the true picture to the shareholders. And he has to be smart enough and capable enough to grasp the technical details. And very quickly, he should not be slow in his functioning. He has to understand everything. He has to apply his bookish chartered accountant knowledge in the practical manner according to the nature of business. He has to know all the technical details. It's very important. Next is he has to be bold and courageous to discharge his functions and duties. Bold doesn't mean that he has to be a fighter cock or he has to fight with everybody, all his colleagues and the client accounts department. No. He has to be concentrated on his duty. He has to do his duty and function. He should mention everything true in his report. Please, he has to be vigilant about all the errors and the frauds, and he has to be courage enough, gutsy to tell everything what is happening in the organization. If he is not courageous, how will he perform his duty? People will influence him, put him under pressure. Next point is that he should be patient. He should have the capacity to hear the argument of others. Whenever you are working in an organization, the other people may or may not have your own thinking. They may have their separate thinking and it may result to some arguments. So you should remain resilient to it and you should hear it very patiently. Okay, and be calm and cool and speak less, hear more, not get angry, not get irritated. Have some patience to do your work. He should be very having adequate common sense and an alert mind. Not only the bookish knowledge, see, bookish knowledge is very important, you have to have it, but at the same time common sense is required. You have to be intelligent. How will you evaluate the client's books if you are not having a sense of common sense, right? You have to make the difference between the material matters and the non-material matters in the client's book. And you have to be very vigilant at the same time. If other industries in the same industry, they're growing very fast, how come your client is not showing so much of profits? This means that he's trying to hide or curtail some facts. So you just analyze it and see everything, have a questioning mind, skeptic attitude, open your eyes, open your ears, and make the use of your brain, and but at the same time keep your mouth shut, don't fight. Seek clarification from time to time in the books of account if he has any doubt or he is questioning something. So kindly clear it from time to time. Don't let the doubts pile up. And you have to get in touch with the accounts department to seek clarification for the same. The auditor has to be hardworking. He should be very skillful and courageous enough to write the audit report. Audit report should be true to his knowledge, okay, and he should be talented, and he should do all his work in a proper systematic manner. Then at the same time, he has to maintain the secrets of his client. Whatever the professional degree we talk about, say we talk about a doctor, doctor is not to reveal your patient history to another patient. He has to keep his secret. Similarly, in the case of an auditor, he has to know how to keep the things confidential. He has not to reveal the secrets of one client to another client. Okay, all the flaws, loopholes, merits, demerits of one client has to remain only in his heart. He is not to open his mouth to others. So these are some of the qualities which I discussed with you regarding an auditor. I hope I've made the things very clear to you. In case you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. Want to give me a suggestion? More than welcome. Write in the comment section. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Stay blessed.